Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the stream. I'm Dr. Lambton. I'm super happy to have you here. I hope you had a wonderful Tuesday. I myself am having a pretty hectic and busy work week this week, and that you can tell from the very long beard that I've barely had time to even shave or anything. But it's good to be busy once in a while. It means there's a lot of work and a lot of stuff to get done. So tonight we're going to be working on our game engine that we've been doing for 2 Tuesdays so far, and we're going to continue for a while. Hey, welcome back. I remember I was thinking about you just before starting the stream actually, because I was like, there was this guy with this really long characterish name, and I was like, what? He told me what I should call him, and I didn't remember. Welcome back to the stream. So, on our game engine tonight in Typescript, we're going to be first of all, we're going to be simplifying, because as we did as we do often, at the end last time we didn't have time to refactor, so we just put in a lot of stuff. So at some point we're going to refactor flash bytes. Yes, flash bytes. Welcome back. Yeah, so last time we left a bit of a mess in the code, and we're going to clean that up today, hopefully, or at least some of it. When it gets in the way, we'll clean it up. Do some cool refactorings. And then we're also going to be hopefully starting to add some interaction with the world, making it more like a game and not just, you know, bits and pieces that we're just taping together with Dutch tape. So yeah, it should be fun. I mean, let's just jump right into it. This is where we left off last time. We had this animation playing of this girl, and I can move her back, or this person. I think we agreed just to call her person. We can move back and forth, and the animation speed is pretty good, and the movement speed sort of fits it. So I think that's nice. After looking at it, it's a little bit, the idle state I think is a little bit chaotic. When things come together and everything works, it's just the best feeling. Yeah, but it usually comes after 2 hours of struggling, doesn't it? I think the idle animation is a little bit fast, so I'm just gonna add some more duration to that. And let's not forget to compile the stuff. It's going to be a sad time fixing things without compiling them. That is always frustrating. So where do we have our character animations? They're up here, right? Yeah, and all of this that we need to clean up at some point. Idle here. And so one of these numbers is the duration. This is not, because it can't be negative. This is not. So it could be 4 or 1. Let's see, what does this one say? Duration, it's the one right before the Boolean. Yeah, so I think we should increase this to probably 2 or something. That should make her idle state animate a little slower. That does not seem slower. Did I refresh too fast? Yeah. Okay, that seems a little bit too slow. Maybe start with some easy tweaking here. 1.5, maybe that'll be good. Is that one? Yeah. Well, yeah, okay. Maybe it was actually pretty good in the beginning. It just seemed like it was moving so fast. But looking at it now, it seems less fluent like it just was. This is fine. Okay, we also want some gravity for her and some jumping and some stuff. So currently, currently she's not interacting with the world at all. And so let's look at how we can implement that sort of stuff. It does mean that in her update, where we have all of the character's traits, we have her velocity in her X and her Y. So we could make a game that's just in one plane, and we might actually do that for a start, or we might do that at some point. This is a 2D platformer. It's currently it's just you know, animation and a tile drawing system, but we'll make it into a general purpose 2D game engine. So at some point we'll add, you know, that pseudo 3D like Pokemon and Zelda and stuff has as well. So it'll just be 2D sorts of games. We're gonna want to put all sorts of things in there. Currently, I would love to just get to a place where it's enough to call it a game and then put it online so people can go and just look at it and play with it. But currently there's not much to play with, you know, it's just an animation of her walking back and forth. So that's what tonight, if we can add chests and collection and stuff, we can sort of start calling it a game, I think, and then we can put it online and start growing other games. The idea is that we keep all games that we make and publish using the engine should be kept alive throughout the life cycle of the whole engine, which means we're gonna have to add a lot of variability and a lot of configuration possibilities to the engine to make it really general, and that's going to motivate a lot of cool refactoring. And refactoring is sort of my claim to fame, I guess you could say. Okay, so I want her to collide with this wall. I also want her to be walking on this ground down here. We can fake that she's walking on this ground really easily by just moving her initial position. But will we be looking from the side or from the top? Currently we're looking very side on, but I also have sprite sheets and stuff for looking from above a little bit. Hi Transpiler, welcome back to the stream. So I have different texture sets, and we'll build games with a lot of different things. So optimally I'll just like it to support everything. But for right now we're just focusing on this because it's the simplest to get right in the beginning, I think. Quick progress is the goal right now. New character, is that her position? It seems like it is. So currently 100 fits poorly. She should actually be at 0, 1, 2, 3 tiles. So it's 3 times the tile size, which I know to be 32, times the zoom, I'm guessing. And we want her to be starting over here. So that'll be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 times that same thing. So hopefully this will put her on the ground over here. Yeah, that put her not at all where I expected. Why though? That put her there. Oh, it's her baseline. So that means we're gonna want to put her at... Hi Jens, welcome back to the stream. We're gonna want to put her at half a tile offset, and then apparently one more tile in. But why is that? It's because 0, 0 would be just outside the screen, right? And so 1 down, 2 down, 3 down, 4 down, which was what we had. It's because I swapped these numbers, that's what's wrong. Oh, and it's only 3 down. Okay, she's moving around all over the place. It's 4 down, and it's not 5, it's 4. You want to put who where? Currently I want the person. Ah, did you notice? On the ground here, so that it looks like they are walking on the ground. And then I want to add collision now with this thing, so she can't walk into it. So they can't walk into it. It's really difficult doing this. Maybe I do mind the huge jump that she makes. Maybe we should also look into that. Because it is a little bit... When I'm right up against the edge here, I can sort of switch into it, which I don't want. So what was the issue with the walking animation? Why does it have that much space? It has a lot of space in front of it. Whereas the idle also does. Cool. So actually her position is just always offset by some. Like if we cut this up into equal pieces, yeah, you can see it over here. There's a lot more space here than there are here. Is here. So we need to offset her by like, I'm guessing this is what? 1, 2, 3, 10, 15 pixels. Okay, can we offset her like that? Where does that configuration go? I guess it's about the sprite sheet. We could imagine having another sprite sheet where it's not offset like that. Okay, this one is 2, I can see. Also a lot of space. Also it's naturally pointing the other way, which is super confusing. New habits are hard to learn. Yeah, definitely are. But I would like to get better at saying they. It's rude to assume gender of, you know, something that doesn't even have eyes. I actually try to be really careful in the book, not making, not just saying he or she without thinking about it. Do you use the same sprite for both directions? Yes, currently we are, because we don't have, because we only have one walk thing. So I wanted the library to support that. Review to assume it doesn't have eyes. I mean, I can see that it doesn't have eyes, though. I don't think that constitutes it as rude. And I can see they don't have eyes. It's an animation also, it's not a person, so it's a safe environment to practice. I can't really offend them. How do I, so it's about it's a property of the tile map or the animation. Oof. What do I think it's mostly a property of? The animation, right? But you can offend you. I can definitely offend you, but I hope I have not, because that has not been my intention, Jens. At no point. So we could add it here and then just offset the picture. I think that will work. So we need to know, where do we flip the picture? Do we not? Oh, we do that on the picture before we instantiate this. Maybe mirroring the edge is the issue. I'm thinking the issue is it's all of this space out here. It's like the what do I call it? The sprite sheet isn't centered. That's it, on each tile. So you can see, I was just about to point to the screen. I don't know how often I'm gonna wanna do that, but it's sort of split up here, and she's way more to the left to make room for weapons, and I'm guessing also to make room for like attacks or something. Attack here, where you can see she swings it and there's a large part of animation in front of her. And that makes perfect sense. We just need to tell the engine then to offset it to fit. And I think it's in the animation. Yeah, we flip it, then we make the tile map, then we make this thing. So we can either do this on the tile map. That may actually make more sense, or on the animation. The question is, can we have it one tile map? Can that have different offsets on different places? I think the answer is yes. So it should definitely be on the animation. It really feels like a tile map is two things: a collection of images and information about their bounds and purposes. Yes, to a degree, but I don't think what's inside the tile map should be known to the tile map. Like, we could have something where there's a lot of space on this side and then have the flipped one in the same tile map. We don't have that here, but I can imagine finding a sprite sheet like that. So I think it's a property of the animation. Private offset, center base offset number. Let's make it variable, and well, before we add the parameter, actually, let's verify that we can actually fix this issue here. So in the draw, if we say we have, let's close that. We have a point where this is to be drawn. This is where it's supposed to be drawn. And this is what image to draw. So it's not this, it would be here with the Y. That to get the offset, we would just add the number. So I think it's about 15 pixels. Okay. Not on the Y though, on the X. I guess currently I'm adding it to both the left and the right, which means there's no way of us to tell whether I hit the right thing. Wonder what a good representation would look like. Good representation of what? dx plus this dot offset, base offset, base offset. Here. Comma, format that please, thank you. How do you define the current avatar tile? And do you know the boundaries and its potential max boundaries in case of swinging weapons? All of the tile I know the. So all of the individual tiles in the sprite sheets that I have here are the same dimensions. They are 1.5 times the height and 1 tile width. And so that means I can just cut them up, knowing how many there are, it will always fit. In the future, we're gonna, the top thing I'm gonna need to take into account somehow, and the front thing I'm gonna need to take into account. But that doesn't matter for the particular tile set that we have now. I hope that that answers it. So if I say that the walking gives us a 15 offset, and that the walking the other direction gives us a negative 15 offset, then, oh, I also need to fix it down here. It's probably the same, and it's probably the same here. I mean, it's very close now at least, right? Should we, how perfectionistic are people in chat? Should we actually go and investigate how many pixels that is? Or are you satisfied? Looks much better, yeah. I agree. It doesn't look like she's jumping anywhere. It just looks, yeah, looks a lot better. Good. Collision, that was where what we were at. Let me just draw her what we're gonna call probably collision bounds or something, collision box. ctx.draw rect. That's not how you draw rect. Rect. Clear stroke. That was what I meant. Let's do it at her position here. Oh, we gotta clean that zoom thing up like today or something. It's super annoying. 32 times 32. Whoops. Which is the tile size, and then we need to scale that by the zoom as well. Gotta refactor that away. Yeah, and this is, so it should be her base. So, yeah. This means this is just minus that, and this is just oh, I guess she doesn't take up her whole thing, does she? She takes up just half of the width. Going to use object hierarchy entity system. I'm not familiar with an entity system. Oh, so that was the wrong direction. Times 1.5. But we're gonna have an emergent architecture. It's one of my favorite words for a long time. I mean, everything just, if you just make the code work, and then oh, we're negating it. Ah, okay. So it's not minus anything, is it? If we just make everything work the way that we want it to work and then refactor it, we should be able to transform the structure while preserving all the functionality and get the perfect abstraction layers based on the usages we have. So if we make very different games, we're gonna get a very flexible architecture. So that's the goal. Exactly, Jens. We'll see what happens. That's what I meant. But it sounds smarter when you say emergent architecture. Yeah, her collision thing is not... Yeah, it seems appropriate through all of this. I like this collision box. Good. So we have her collision box. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I would almost go too far as say we're actually making a bunch of games and then we're extracting out the engine concept from the games. But we are doing it in practice the way that you're describing there. Okay, so I want her to not be able to walk here. We have her collision bounds. That's good. So, should that be dynamic? What the collision box is? Maybe. Not right now. Right now we are gonna check. So all of this is animation stuff. This is movement. So it's around movement that we need to check whether a collision happened. So here we can say if a collision happened. So we need to check against the map. Do we have the map available? We do have the map available. So we can convert the coordinates that she has into map coordinates. My question refactored, are you going to add a bounding box to each thing and check collisions? I think we are gonna have two levels of collision, one that's static and one that's dynamic. So things that don't move, we can calculate in constant time whether we're colliding with them. And things that do move, we're gonna do some, probably some bounding hierarchy volumes thing. No destructible terrain. Oh, good question. Destructible terrain can still be done in constant time. So that's not a problem. It doesn't move, right? So it's the differing factor is whether we can calculate from a point where to look into the other data structure. I think. We're gonna have a tile system and a dynamic bounding hierarchy volume system thing. But not today. We're not gonna get to like efficient collision detection of dynamic objects. No ragdoll physics. Oh, thanks for the sub, Flashbite. Hey Giblowski, welcome back to the stream. And some chess. Nobody's used the chess option yet in the tips thing. Whatever it's called, channel points. Yeah, but we are gonna want if Ragdoll comes up, if we can make a game. I don't know at all how to make Ragdolls, so if it's if I can figure it out, then we might add Ragdoll, but it'll be in like a year or something. I also would love to have inverse kinematics like they do in what's that awesome game? Don't Starve. They generate the textures or they stitch them together based on different settings and stuff. It's super awesome. I love it. First founder badge. Boom. Congratulations. I don't know how many founder badges I have left. Maybe a handful? You'll need skeletal system, etc. Yeah, I'll need everything. Does the real know that stuff? He's not here yet. We'll see if he comes by. But again, it's not gonna happen tonight, so it's not anything urgent. Let's see, what I'm adding collision. Okay, good, I get distracted here. So we need to convert these two into world map position things. And since these are not scaled by the zoom, they actually correspond fairly directly to where we are, right? Oh no, they are scaled because they're currently where to draw her. So we need to divide them by the tile size. I can't believe we haven't made a constant for this yet. It's probably littered all throughout the code. Are you checking for the collision before or after the movement? After the movement, and then I'm gonna revert the movement if it resulted in a collision. I think that's the easiest way to do it. At least in my experience, it's the most straightforward way. Is map YX or XY? I don't remember. Let's get that tile size going, by the way. Where do we have the map? Here. Where else? Down here. So it's YX. Okay, good. Let's pop this tile size all the way to the top because we're going to use it everywhere. Wait, do we have tile size? No. Okay, good. 32 is the tile size, incidentally. So YX here. And for now, I'm just going to log it. It's going to result in a lot of logging, but I just want to make sure we have the right thing. Let's call him so we can get moving on this ragdoll thing. Get things done right. Yeah, maybe a camera class. I should definitely add a camera class. I think we'll do that towards the end of this stream instead of right now. Why not set up a check before the movement? That way you don't have to move and then move back. It's still, I'll still leave the animation, by the way. Setting up the check up here and then just simulating this thing, I think it amounts to roughly the same thing. We can move it afterwards if it's more elegant the other way. I think in any case we're gonna get to extract these expressions into temporary variables, and then, you know, whether we do the addition here or whether we do the subtraction afterwards, it should roughly be the same thing. The calculation is pretty much the same. Right now it's undefined, that's good. And when is it not undefined? It keeps being undefined. Okay, cool. So something's not working. So it's her base point that we are checking against. Right? This dot x minus 32 actually on the y. Oh, to get the top left corner. So really it's this dot x plus a half. So it's this dot x plus, oh, we did this thing where we did the collision detection in multiple point collision detection. Make some notes. Things that need to go into collision and fall off the edge and stuff. Yeah, we need to, I remember we did, where's my paint? Here, good. So we have the collision box of the girl. We're gonna check against this point. No, let's do the 4 center points. That's usually a fairly decent approximation of collision, and it'll give her a collision box that looks sort of like this. And then we can determine what to do based on it. Yeah, okay. That is gonna drive me insane, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. Good. Okay, so we need to check against 4 points. I'm still wondering why this does not work. Why we don't get a collision when she's inside, but I think if we subtract half a tile from her y-axis, we'll go right in the middle. Currently, I think the x is the wait, where is it? Here. The x is just the left side, right? So it should be around here, I think. So if we just subtract some from that and then log it, maybe we'll get some results. Cannot read 4.5. Yeah, this should definitely be converted to an int because it's an array. Undefined, undefined, still undefined. Okay, that's bad. Is this dot x always the front of the avatar? I thought it was the left side of the avatar, but now I don't know. So we're trying to just figure that out. Okay, what would I think these 4 different values would be? So they'd be y minus half the size, and then the x is the bottom, So x minus tile size would be the top. And then we don't want to move it. So that would just be the y. And then we'll do the plus. And then we'll do the with nothing here. That should be the bottom center point I'm expecting. So this, what? Go away. I think these four corresponds loosely to these four. Although it doesn't seem like it at all, because none of them go into anything. Okay, so where's the math going all wrong? Additionally to the bounding box rect, an indicator for this, yes, you're right, let's add that. Stroke rect for just this x, and we still need the zoom thing, right? Otherwise they're not gonna make any sense. Let's just make it 2 by 2. It's right down there. Yeah. So it's currently below the bottom, which means that one never enters anything. But when we subtract the tile size minus 2, I would have expected that we do enter some things. Let's just set a blue color and try to draw these ones. Can I just do this? And then with some commas. Oh, right, I need to flip all of these. Great. Here, and this goes here, and this goes over here, and this goes here. And then 2.2. If we had done this right after I did the character positioning things, this would be so much easier. Because I could remember what all of these numbers were and how they fit together. But I guess this makes it more realistic. Because so often in the real world we forget stuff. Where are the 4 points? Up there. Right, so they're divided by the tile size thing. And draw the tiles she collides with. And draw the tiles she collides with. How do you mean draw the tiles? The tiles are undefined currently. How do we draw these? We say, what is px? It's our background thing, right? I guess it is. It's a camera offset, so P stands for camera in this context, I guess. X times the tile size times the zoom. Yeah. That seems good. Why is this not working then? Yx. It's very undefined. If we don't divide by the tile size, so we get it still in world space, or it's not going to be world space, it's going to be almost world space, but scaled down by the zoom factor. Okay, yeah, so they have a clear problem, right? 3 of them are on a line. I hope you can still see them. They're a little hard to see. How are 3 of them? They all have the same x. because one of them should have plus tile size, right? Plus minus, this should be plus. Hello? Okay, so now it's definitely wrong, but in a different way. The x is minus half. Yeah. It's because I'm swapping x and y in my head tonight, like a lot. This would just be minus y. Whoops. And this here would be also the y, but minus the tile size. That's the top point. Okay, yeah, so something's still wrong. We have the y's, good. The x minus half the y. Tile size divided by 2. Right? It's not on that one, it's on this one. And this one. Well, that's where they came from. Odd. Okay, how are they placed? Okay, this looks more reasonable. It looks like they're still too close together. Use the mouse position to test. Oh, just make the helpers and test them. World space to tile space point. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's not a bad idea. I feel like this is not 32 tall. Oh, it's not in okay. Yeah, so we have function world to camera. This would be easy. Float x number would then be return x times zoom. Currently, tile to world here would be times tile size. Tile of world would then be the inverse world of camera would be that one. So now if we use these, if we go and say this here is in world to camera, and this is world to camera. Everything still works. Good. We're drawing her this is her world coordinate of her base position. So x and y, can we draw her x and y? I guess we can. We are actually drawing her x and y. So they're up there. That's her x and y. So currently they are too wide because we only want her collision box to be half of the tile size. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So what are these points? The 4 blue points are her world coordinates of the collision points. The off ones do the opposite, so it's world coordinates of a camera coordinate. So it's camera to world. They're a little off. Funny. So now I should be able to go down here to these and say, actually this is world to camera, but before that it is tile to world. And this one just goes away for now. Tile to world. That should give us the same result. Nothing's changed. But then if I go up here and say, go away with this. If I say this dot x, this dot x, and do the world of, no, tile of world position, because the x and y are already in world position. So tile of world, and the same thing on the y, and then swap them and access into the map. Then I should get a tile back if I'm inside a tile. But I am not getting a tile back. So maybe we need to draw the map also in the world space, just until we figure this out. ctx.draw, well, the stroke rect here with ctx.stroke style equals purple. Is that a color? And we want these just in the world space, in which case they are just one tile big. Is that true? I think that's true. Oh, so they are tiny. And we are moving way too much. Oh, this is not in tile space. Yeah, okay, so they're 32 big. Yeah, and I only want to do this though if map is not undefined. Okay, that should give us a little bit of a look into what's happening here. Yeah, so it's this bottom point stays outside of everything, which is a little bit unfortunate. But the left point though should go inside a lot of things. So the left point is minus the tile size, half the tile size on the height, minus tile size divided by 2 as an int. I guess that's actually part of making something into a tile position. In Java, that would just be the integer division. And then also minus a little bit of the, a fourth, yeah, a quarter here, minus tile size divided by 4 here. It's something. When does it go from something to nothing? There. So it's like it's the middle one. This x minus tile size divided by 4. This x minus tile size divided by 4 and half of that one. So x minus, okay, that's an interesting position. I mean, it's pretty much exactly what we want. It's just not what's being drawn up there. for the left point. Okay, so that's good. I can make the left point go inside of something. This is the left point. Let left point equal that formatted. Let's spell point better. Let's do the right point because that should be very easy. That should just be, instead of subtracting on the x-axis, we'll add on the x-axis. And let's see if that one also flips at the right time. Why is it not printing it? Here. There you go. No. That flips at the middle of the character, which is odd. Still undefined, there. Okay, so something is off. What could be off? Her position, wait, her position is that point. Why is it that point? I expected it to be over there, actually. The x. Yeah, why do we not need to subtract 16 from this? Like this x, we do subtract 16 when we draw it. Is that wrong? Do we need to subtract more? That was too much. We need to subtract just a little less. That's too much. I want her, what I'm trying to do now is to get her right above this line, so that this line cuts her in half, basically. That's good. 1.5. So 2 was too much. 32 was also wrong, right? Yeah, that moved her entirely out, so it's 48. Hi Tarkus Bane, welcome back to the stream. No ray tracing yet. No, I'm sorry, not yet. Not yet indeed. That was too much, so it's 16. No, it's between 16 and 32, that's 24. Yeah. So now, yeah, so now we can go up here and say this is plus a fourth. What happened there? Is my keyboard stressing out? No, okay. So the right point should be inside, it should be inside now, and it is only then. Plus a fourth. Oh, yeah. So now it seems like the right point. Let's fix the box here. Maybe the issue is that she's not centered in the tile set. No, because she is centered in the tile set with the offset that we did in the animation. So the issue is definitely that I'm not drawing her how I want her to. Like up here, this thing here, that should make her centered. I think. I don't think it's the problem that she isn't centered. In any case, we'll make all these numbers make sense soon. Wait, why is this still... Oh, did I not refresh it? Yeah. Yeah, good. So now these two work and make sense. The top and the bottom we're not going to do right now because they're not interested so long as we don't have any jumping or falling or anything. Good, so we have the left and the right points. I said I was going to fix the collision box here, and that is because the x is now minus 24. not like that. Okay, so it's not minus 24, it's minus 8, because 16 is the width that we've given her, and we subtract half of that. So that all makes sense. Yeah, good. Okay, let's get rid of all of the blue debugging and the purple ones, because they're not actually helping me currently. Here. Good, so now let's make her, if she collides with something, so if left point is not undefined, then she's colliding on her left side. Where is her XY position on the texture? How do you mean on the texture? We are drawing from the from this point. That's her base. That's XY. This one. So this should be push her back by half a tile size. No, because her width is 16. So it's push her back by half a tile, except how wide she is, right? That's the formula. It's the center bottom, yeah, exactly. If some of these numbers change, we'll find out immediately when we try to add one of the monsters, because the monsters have completely different sizes and dimensions. So all of this will just, it won't go unnoticed if something is wrong here, is what I'm trying to say. So don't worry about that. Okay, if the left point is inside something, then we need to revert the x. So we can revert it by just storing this expression here that we're adding. Let dx equals this one, and we can do the same with the y. Here dy, and then we can say add the dy, and we can say add the dx here. And so here we'll say x minus equals dx to revert the change we just did to the x. And here we'll have else if the right point is inside, also revert the x. Yeah, so now I can't walk inside of the structure. So right now she's doing this thing where she keeps walking even though there is no, you can't walk in there. That might be what we want for the feedback for the user, that we know they're trying but they can't. But we might also want the oh wait, we could have, like currently her velocity is actually 0. So I'm trying to think whether we should animate that she's idle when we can't walk into a wall, when we try to do something that's not allowed. I'm thinking, how will it look when she's, for instance, slipping on ice or something? Well, we probably want to animate what the user is pressing so that, it's better feedback for the user. I think that's decent. Okay, so now we can convert her position into a world space thing. So now I want interaction with other objects. Let's do an objects map, I guess. So I think we have over here objects, boxes, bushes. Is there not like a chest? And it's animated, that's perfect. Or a coin, maybe both. And a key, we have so many things. Okay, so the easiest to interact with probably is the coin, so maybe we'll add the coin first. Although the coin isn't in world space, that's in object space. So we'll do the chest first then. Yeah, okay. So an idle chest is just this first image. Let's get you closed. And then once it opens, we have this 3 animation thing, and then something should happen, which gives us a lot of interesting interactions. So we'll need let world objects be a hash map of objects. Let's make this a hash map. So this goes from a position. Oh, and we need them to be strings, don't we? Because JavaScript. Here, and they map to objects, I guess. Game objects. I don't know yet what these game objects are gonna have to do, so we'll just make them a class. Then we can extend them. Tried making Mario World 1.1 for you. What did you make? Oh my god, you actually did. I love it. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Can I paste it here? Or should I paste it in some other way? Like this? Are they trimmed? They probably are. That is not great for the game engine. But we'll figure it out. Comma, 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 and comma. Good. Does that look like 1.1? Somehow what I pasted doesn't quite look like what you sent in any way. Here. Okay. Here. Do that. Go to the end. Do that. Do the commas. Copy everything. And then paste it in here. That worked a lot better, I think. This looks better. I think it trimmed or did something weird. This looks better. So now, boom, there we go. Oh, we should definitely add the 1.1 is going to be tough because for the first game we're making, there's no jumping. But I mean, we're going to keep this and do something cool with it. Definitely. But it'll be a little while, so you'll have to be a little patient with me here. Now she's on the ground again, good. Okay, so let's add a chest. So game objects can definitely be drawn. We have so many draw methods, I feel like we should just be able to steal one. Sure, this one is fine. So they can have animations if something is happening. So they should have, game objects have 2 animations. So we'll have a constructor here, and we'll say private idle is an animation. Here, oh, my animation, I guess it's called, right? Because we couldn't call it nothing. And it should have an action animation. Still my animation. So when someone interacts with it, we'll play the action animation. Alternatively, when the idle animation is finished, then we may do something. No jumping, not in this game. We're gonna do the simplest game that's still fun. So we're gonna, to make interesting games, I like to give myself challenges, and for this, the challenge is to make a fun game with no jumping. You can just go to the sides and that's it. So, and as I've mentioned before, I take great inspiration from a game called Kingdoms. New Lands, this one, this show a picture. Here, where you're running just back and forth. There's no jumping, there's no leaving the ground ever. You can just go back and forth. And so that's what we're going to be inspired by for this first one. Sure. Not sure if has jumping. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely do it. I just haven't done it before. I don't think it's a platformer. It's probably more of a side scroller. But I always thought those two were very similar anyway. This means we'll have a animation, this.animation equals idle for a start. So private animation is a my animation. It'll be drawn, the position it'll actually get from the world and not from itself, because they are unmovable. That makes sense. And by unmovable, I obviously mean immovable. Immovable? When we draw animations, do we zoom them before or after? Animation, here. We zoom them, okay, interesting. Interesting, we should definitely fix that zoom. We are gonna work on that today, because now it's annoyed me twice already, which is crazy. The animation, does that have a size? It does have a size, right? Do we give it a size? We don't give it a size. But the size is implicit in this is not the animation. But the size is implicit in the tile map. Because we might need to offset it some to make it draw centered. It's a platform. Yeah. It's a single long platform. Okay, where were we here? Draw the object. Let's make a game object. Let's load the image also. Let's load image. It's in, where was chest? Here. It was in assets objects chest. /chest. Then we need to make a tile map from that. Chest image, chest map. And it has 4 images in the width and 1 in the height. And then we need to make animations out of this. So new my animation with what are all of the parameters we want. The map, chest map. T is the initial point, new point would be 0, 0. For the idle animation, the length is actually 1. For the duration, it doesn't actually matter because it can never change. Reverse, no. Initial direction, 1, and base offset. Is it centered? It's not centered, right? Because there's this space over here. So I'm guessing that's about 5 pixels. Let chest map. Let idle. We also want the one on the X with a length of 3 with like, let's say a 1 second animation. Still with the same offset, be the action. So now we can say game objects, no, objects, world objects, that's what I call them. World objects, and then a position equals new game object here with idle and action. We'll extract all this to a function. Don't worry. We'll put it, let's put it over here. What would that be in this map? 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 down, 2 over. 4.2. 4 comma 2, it needs to be a string because, and that we are definitely also making another something, a structure for that. Okay, now we need to draw them. So we'll do that up here. We'll say world objects dot for each. What? That snippet is super annoying, I find. X.draw with the G with the world position. Oh, we can't say it like that. We need object.keys dot for each. K is the key. We can do world objects with the K. And then we need the let X and Y. Let P equals K dot split on comma dot map with a plus. I guess we can just do that. It's not too much work when there are only 2 elements, P0 plus, so it's a number, and P1 plus, so it's a number. It's not called G, it's called CTX. Okay, so it's right there. So we are drawing it. What's its height? Is it 1.5 high? Tall? Can I see metadata about it? Where's its size? Here. 32. No, it's just 1 tile high. Okay, good. So why is it flying? That would be because, where is game object? Here. Draw this with the X and Y. X and Y currently are in tile, so we need to convert them. So we need to say tile to world position. Here with the Y. Good. Okay, it's somewhere else. Somewhere very different. Did I not put it? I put it at 4, 2. So that's definitely not what I meant. I meant 2, 4. Does that put it on the ground? It does actually put it on the ground. I'm just gonna make a slight alteration to the map so that I can better see. Yeah, so it's drawing it right on the edge here. Could really use jumping to reach the chest right now. Yeah, right. Okay, and let's also make that one a space. I just want to center the chest. And I'm done with centering the chest. It looks like it's very well centered. Thanks to my brilliant coding. I definitely planned that. So now I should be able to go here, press space, or whatever we want the action key to be. Oh, right, I also want to do something else. This is left arrow. Oh wait, what's the syntax for left arrow? JavaScript key left arrow. Very centered. It definitely was very centered. Keyboard events. What? What is all this? Here, press a key. Arrow right. Okay, good. Arrow right. And arrow left. Wait, D is right, this is left. So that I can move here. Does this work? Yeah, I can move with the arrow keys now. I know it doesn't have any bearing for you guys watching. Pretty sure D should be right arrow. Yeah, you are right. That just solved itself by accident. What do you mean accident? It was completely intentional. What's space? Oh, it's the space character, obviously. I'm not sure I like the, I mean, I understand how using ASCII codes is sort of a high barrier to entry for programming, because who knows ASCII code, like ASCII codes for characters before you've done it the first time. On the other hand, this is not very intuitive to people used to the classic ways, right? That to get what key you've pressed, you just type what character that would correspond to in a default text box. I think it's a little, I don't know. Most engines I've played with just put all the keys into an enum. That enum, fine by me. I would like objects a little more, but sure, enums. What can we do here? We have to say that the character has to act on something. Do we have a char? Is that our character? Dot act. Is char our thing? Yeah, char is our thing. Is a character, good. So we can now say act here. What act will do is take our current collision position, i.e. some of this stuff, but we'll do something that is a little bit above our legs, because otherwise, you know, we're going to be prone to so many errors. So let's do just a 5 pixel action lift off the ground thing. Oh, whoa, more things to spend channel points on. Yeah, there are so many things to spend channel points on now. There should be a lot of things. So this thing here should give us a position, console.log, just to make sure we have the right position here. X and Y. We should also abstract away whether X comes first or Y comes first, because I'm gonna mess that up as well, I'm sure. Space, 4-4, that seems about right. If I go over here, it's 2-4, it's 2-4, which is what the chest is at. Redeemed, wait, did someone else redeem something earlier that I didn't see? No, okay, good. Whew. I thought the redeem thing was super obvious, but it's actually grayed out a lot. So, fight me, that's chess, right? It's chess against me even. Transpiler, what is your, no, not today. Play against a someone. Play, how do I challenge someone? Can you challenge me? This is my user ID. So how does this work? You go to this chess.com, and then I need to challenge you by finding your profile, I'm guessing. Search, what's your profile name? I have no idea, I barely know chess rules. Guess I need a chess account. Yes, you do. I guess I should have put in the channel points thing that you should put your username so I can find you. Or I guess when people redeem it, they can just challenge me. That's probably easier, because then you need to do the searching, but you have the username right here. I think it's easier for the viewer to search me. What are all these ads doing here? Are you challenging me? Just let me know when you are, when you've created an account and stuff. I can explain you the rules too, so that it's fair. Okay, so we want game objects to have an activate too. And activate just says this.animation equals action. So it just changes the animation. this way we can say up here, we can say this with some dollars. I'm keeping an eye on chat for that challenge. Game object, world object on this position dot activate. And oh, that doesn't, okay. Only if it exists. So now when I go over here and hit space, is it, oh, it's, yeah, okay, yeah. So it's doing the right thing. It's just, I mean, all of our animations obviously need to be updated, and we're currently not updating these world objects, so we should. Update, these take a DT, which is a number. You created the account. This.animation.update with DT. Okay, good, so that's the update. And then we just need to add it here. We do that in the exact way we did the drawing. Here. 2 sec, okay, good. I don't want you to feel cheated. You are gonna get the chess match of your life. So now if I go here and open the chest, oh my god, look, but it's looping. Did we not? We didn't do anything for things that should not be looping, I guess. So we need, so now it's just a chest trying to eat us. Let's see. Animations. We didn't actually give them a loop property. Private should loop boolean. Hi Camila, welcome back to the stream. Luggage from Discworld. Discworld. Wait, Discworld. It's a book, right? I haven't read it. Looks like I had chess.com account from 2012. Present boy, can you just search me? Here, this is my Maxi. It's a really old account. It used to be called this online. Terry Pratchett, yeah, right. No, I still haven't read it, but sure, it's on my list. A long series of books. It has some interesting mythology, right? What time rules? I don't mind. You pick. You're the challenger. You paid your precious channel points for this. So you get the pick. Don't do like an hour. Let's say, I don't know, 15 minutes max. I'm not sure if we're going to use all the time. Likely I'm not. Unless you do like a bullet game thing. Yeah, sure, 10 minutes. That's good. Rawr. Is it opening too slow? I also think it is opening a little bit too slow. If this dot should loop. Gotta keep an eye out for the challenge. Here, accept. How long has that been there? Did I just not see it? No, thank you. Okay, so should I explain you the rules, or do you know enough of how they move? Can I not draw arrows? Draw arrows. Good. Knights move 2 up and 1 over. Know the rules. Good. Let's go then. And don't look at stream so you can see my strategy. No, I'm kidding. I don't have a lot of strategy. Let's see. Why are there so many, your game will, okay, I didn't see it. Why are there ads on this side and why is AdBlock not catching them? That's really odd. Wait, you're rated a lot higher than me. I can win points. Lose 86 points. That's so many points. Try dark mode. Yes. Oh, much better. Dark mode. Of course. Ooh, Italian. Yes, indeed. I like Italian. King is pretty safe. Everything just is easy to position, it feels like. Let's just do that. So we don't forget. Remember to castle your king early. Okay. So we're threatening the queen. Is there a way I can snatch that up? Here. 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 Here doesn't work. Can I get rid of that one? I cannot. So maybe I need to move my queen, probably. Or cover that one. Nah, we need to move the queen. Let's go... I don't want to move it. Yet. We want... You haven't castled at all. Where are you going to castle to? Right in the middle. Gotta see if we can make some stuff happen. Can we help? No. Not when I'm playing against the... I think it actually against chess.com's rules to help. Oh right, that was the... Yeah, that was the thing I was supposed to not do, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah. That was not great. Why is it giving us the evaluation? Or whatever that is. I'm assuming it's the evaluation. I would really like it not to. Yeah, see, now I expected to capture that with the queen. That was the point of the previous move. Or is this not the evaluation? It's the time. Oh, okay, I get it. Okay. Yeah, that's a little annoying. Let's hope this works. No! No, why can't you take it with that one? That totally wasn't the plan. Ah. No. Oh, that was a bad move also, actually. That was not a great move, yeah, because you could just take it. Okay. So close. Okay, we need to get it back in safety. At least a little. He doesn't have a white bishop, so it's safe to be on the white squares. And then, I mean, okay. I did say I was not gonna use all of my time. That was embarrassing. Okay, thanks for the game transpiler. That was fun. It's so different playing chess when you're on stream and when you're off stream. I feel like I play a lot better when I'm off stream. So now we need to tell it whether these can loop. And of course, all of these can, except for the chest one. Oh, that was so bad, losing my queen like that. Ugh. False and false. It's so early in the game, too. And then I had the brilliant idea of, of forking your queen and your king, and then you could just use the queen. You just couldn't have placed that rook. Love it. Add an empty last line to the whole world string. Oh, so these are prettier, is what you mean? I could also, you know, do like this. Does an empty string work? It does work. Interesting. I'm wondering why it doesn't play. Oh, it's because I did the if at the wrong place in the animation. Up here, yeah. So where do we repeat? We do here, right? Yeah, this is all the repeat things. So these will be like that. Will it play the whole thing now? Everything crashed. Good, 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 good. So probably there's an infinite loop in there somewhere. Good. Let's open it again. Yeah, because we never do the to switch thing. If it's less than 0, then if we should loop, no. If it's less than 0, we do all of this stuff, except if we should not loop, then we'll just do this dot cursor minus direction. Stay at the last thing that we were at. We'll do the thing. Hello? Format it. Oh, we have errors everywhere. What did I do? Am I having too many of those? Good. So the animation doesn't quite look like I want it to. Because we're missing that one. There it goes. Boom. Looking great. Not looking great. Whoa. Okay. It allowed the mate. Yeah. I should have moved the bishop actually, so the other rook was covering the back rank. I think it would have gone better if you didn't drop the queen right away. Oh, really? Thanks, Chameleon. That's actually great advice. I'll try keeping that in mind for the next challenge. So whomever challenges me next, beware. What's the horseman called? The knight? This is the... there are no knights left. We took all of them. This is the knight. If should loop, which most of them should, so why is cursor bigger than otherwise? Cursor plus if should loop. Oh, no, wait. This is not where we want this check. If it's less than or greater than, that's where we want this check. Boom. Click. It worked! Behold! Rotka of Burning Shadow. Is that the knight? This is cool, and I can activate it multiple times. Okay, we also want animations to actually be able to affect the... Like already I like this. It's walking around here, opening chests. That's cool. That's really cool. I guess we could even make... like we could even place chests that had already been opened, you know, to sort of add to the ambience of the game. All of this ambience that we have going on over here in those 300 pixels of width. Okay, let's take the chest stuff and move it out. Here. This stuff. Initialize. World. Objects. I should have some channel event when people recognizes some of the rules from my book being broken. That would be pretty funny, I think. Do I get beat over the head for repeating the well-known fact that Queen's Gambit is a good miniseries? Why would you get beat over the head for saying that? That's a nice thing to say. I agree, it's a really nice series. And I am actually watching quite a bit of chess in my spare time, or when I'm working I have it running on the other screen. And it seems like expert players also find the chess interesting, although while I was watching it I didn't have mental capacity to also look at the chess and analyze the boards. For me though, I think it's more about how sort of an autistic person deals with fame than it is about chess, really. She could have been good at anything, I think. Add trigger points when character enters some area and something happens. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have regions. But I don't know how those are gonna work right now. Right now I want it so that when the chest is opened, something happens, like a coin drops out or something. And also I want as I said, the inactive chest. What are you sending me, Chameleon? Is it something safe for stream? I gotta get used to having an extra window over here for link opening. Async all the calls. Boom. Yeah. And the great thing about putting async here and then immediately putting await here is, you know, it has no effect whatsoever. But sure. Chest, we have the chest map, we have the idle. Closed. And then we can have a world object with no action, I guess. Idle open. Okay, and we'll put this at 4.4 instead. And then I'll just go up here and say a game object. We also need files, badly. Badly need files. I guess this doesn't need to be global. My action is now optional, which means activate can only be done if this is a thing. Good. I feel like we have an error right around here. Idle open, we didn't actually specify how that looks. Idle open would be 1.3. Where is it though? World objects. 4.4. is not there. That one is there. The other one is not there. Chest, is it not 0.3? 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. One length, 100. Don't reverse. I don't remember. What's the 5 even? Oh, the offset. And it doesn't repeat. World objects. Yeah, I would have thought this would work. Does the order matter? The order does not matter. Are we drawing it behind something? Should I draw it at 4.2? That should be up above her? No. World objects. Did we do something to the draw call to not make it draw in this case? No. Because idle is something. Huh. Let me just see what... That's good. What about the draw call? It should be up here. Split it and then call draw on it. Seems fair. Console.log. Okay. Oh, the console is closed. 2442. That's all correct. So why are you only drawing one? Did I somehow accidentally hardcode where it's drawing it? X and Y? No. I am not. What if we remove the other chest? The closed one. Here, you go away. I still don't see it. What if this is at 2.4? I still don't see it. New game object, idle open. Oh. Oh my God. Sometimes I'm not very smart. It's not the Y position that's 3, it's the X position that's 3. There we go. So much better. Good. And so this one I can't activate. Yes, that's true. What about this one over here? I can activate. Good. Cool. Whew. Okay, cool. Actually, now that we have 2 rows, I guess it's not a problem for me to cover up the top one all the way, because I can use the bottom one to count now. Let's get rid of that one. Let's see. Yeah, so now it's very easy for me to see how things are positioned based on the bottom row. That's pretty good. And it should never look like we should fall down. I kind of want to implement, you know, fast movement. How much time do we have? We have an hour and a half about. So maybe we should look at the camera. No, fast movement. I don't know, fast movement or camera? What do people prefer we do first? There was a run animation. We have it in the library, right? Here, run. Camera, okay. Refactoring time. Yeah, we have the run animation. We just haven't used it. What is this one? Oh, it's the map. Let's, okay, so. Point tile map. Tile my animation. Okay, let's make a graphics class, my graphics here. And so the point now is we want to replace the existing one with our one. Where's the draw call? It is here. So we get all this stuff. Yeah, we get this stuff. So really it's based on the canvas element. Maybe I should copy some of these lines because we're gonna want them. And what was that other thing here? Image smoothing enabled. Boom, let's get rid of that one. Good, let's say constructor takes a canvas, HTML canvas element, and then we'll extract whatever we need from it, which will be the context, this.context, this.bounds, canvas lm, I guess is a better name, private, CTX, which is a canvas 2D rendering context, and private bounds, which is a, what's it called? Bounds 2D? What is this thing? DOM-rect. Bounds. This.image smoothing. Sure, we can get rid of that. My graphics now. At the beginning, when we initialize the game here, we can say let, let g equals new my graphics with the object that we got up here in the draw call, here, this one. And yeah, so now we have the G. That needs to be some sort of global right now. G is on my graphics. So we can draw on it and access it. At some point we'll make all of the global variables into not global variables somewhere along the line. Here. So this one now has the G. Image smoothing we've already done. lol.chess.com analysis of our game is brutal. What's it saying? Oof! 25% accuracy. Yes, I did not play well that game. Game accuracy is the score measuring the accuracy of your move on a scale of 0 to 100 compared to the top chess computer moves, yeah. I didn't play very well. Throwing my queen away was evidence of that. Okay, dot clear. I just want a clear call. I mean, we don't need to know what the bounds are because the G actually knows that itself. So let's go up here and say clear. Just does this thing with this dot, and this dot. Yep, so that's one thing. We're just gonna go through and put this G into everything. Background layer dot draw. So this will be with the G. This will be with a G. This will be with a G, G, and G. GG, as they say. So every draw call now. Okay, yeah, so we also want the zoom, private zoom, to be a number up here. And we'll just initialize it to 3 because I think that's our global zoom right now. 2.5. What was our global zoom? 2? Where do we have constants even? Here, 2. 2 is the one, but it'll be made so that it can vary. Okay, so let's make all the draw calls take the my graphics. Here, draw image. We need this to have a draw image. That is definitely correct. Why is the image width not multiplied by zoom? It is. And then we also do a bunch of other stuff here. Is this independent of the zoom, I'm wondering? It probably is, right? I can just extract the zoom. So let's just get the draw image call into our, this one, draw image. And this will take a source, which is an, what was it? An HTML image source, canvas image source. Something like that. It'll take an X, which is a number, a Y, which is a number, a DX, which is a number, and a DY, which is a number. And then we call ctx.drawImage with this one. Oh, DX, DY, DW. Okay, yeah. Width and height. Source X, Y, Z. No, width, height. But the caveat is that down here, IX is scaled by zoom, width is scaled by zoom, this is scaled by zoom. Wait, is IX is not scaled by zoom here. Not explicitly, at least. Okay. Well, we'll extract the zoom and we'll scale everything by zoom up in the other one. So I'm curious how that will work now. Here we'll say X by zoom, this.zoom, Y, W, and H. Everything scaled by zoom. Good. Here we have map.draw. Will to camera goes away. Otherwise, it's just pretty much the standard thing. Here, this says this.map. This is now my graphics, which means we need to go into this one. It's now a my graphics. This has a lot more nice parameters. The source is not scaled, but the output is scaled, so that's fine. And this just takes a whole bunch of arguments. Can I just have another one here? Source, destination. It doesn't allow that, right? Yeah, duplicate function implementation. Is counting the gifts up they got. Continuing. Woo! Thanks, Chameleon. That's awesome. Is it counting? It's difficult to read stuff. How does this, how do I do the overloading? I kind of want, I don't really like overloading actually, so I'd rather rename these. So what does this one do? It draws it scaled, right? Draw image scaled. And this one draws sub image. Why is it? Oh, because we don't have a comma. Draw image here, and then we also have these ones here, comma, oops, comma, comma. Stop with the drop down thing, please. Visual Studio Code, DX. Okay, good. Okay, good. So now we just need to say that this one is the sub image. This one down here is a my graphics. Good, that just works out of the box. That's nice. This one down here is a my graphics. Yeah, okay, we can't draw the debugging stuff at the moment, but I think that makes sense. So let's just comment it out. If we need it, we'll add it back in. Draw image here. Oh, this is just a, no, this is a scaled image, yeah. Draw image scaled. And what else? There is an error there on the world object. Good. And here, my graphics. Oh, and that fixed everything. Good. How does it look? I mean, it's not entirely what I expected, but I think it will be once we remove the zoom, because I'm guessing it's still, yeah, it's still lurking all over the place. Here, these ones go away. This one go away. She's back to jumping quite considerably back and forth here. Like much more than before, actually. Huh. Why did that happen? Why did that happen? How could that have happened? We could have inverted an X somewhere. It could be something with the, it can't really be something with the scale, I don't think, because why would that be the case? So, draw image flip, this is fine. Right, yeah. This is draw sub image, this width and height. That's all good. And we removed zoom from everywhere. Base offset. What happens if we remove the base offset now? Still jumping very much, but less, I think. So maybe the base offset actually changed its... No. No, that got worse. Why then? Hello? What's up with you? $32 is not enough. What about 48? Still not enough. What about 64? Still not enough. What about, what even is a number that comes after 64? Like 60, 70, 70 something? What's 64 plus 16? It's 80. Math is hard. She's still jumping. Oh, right, because currently we're just doing an... she's still jumpy though. Oh, she's very jumpy. 0.5? Yeah, so it's 0.5. So it's because our base offset is scaled by the zoom, which I guess is correct. It's what we want. It's just not what we have it coded for yet. So we'll just go and halve all of the scaling factors here. Where else do we have an animation? We do that with the chests. Here, animation, this is not 5, this is 3, I guess, is the half of 5. Wait a second. Okay, good. Yeah, so no more jumping now. It looks good. 80, yeah. What happens? You tap D a bunch of times. Then she glides. And also I get carpal tunnel syndrome in my elbow. Deletes a bunch of lines. Don't do it! Ah, fun. If I do it over here, it's bad. Over here, it's good. Yeah, she's back to working the way I want her to. Them too. Yes, I want them to work like this. Good. Okay, so the zoom is gone, which is super nice. We don't know how it works with the background, but now I want to add something else that's really nice. I want to add a translate. Here, offset X and Y. Boom. And what I want to do with these is I want to say X and Y, X minus the offset, and Y minus the offset. Currently, we're not going to use Y. But, and I generally advocate that you don't add stuff that you don't need. But in this specific case, it's not a mental, there's no mental overhead for me in adding both of them at this time. So that's why it's okay. So it's cognitively free, so to speak. So set translate would be X number and a Y number, and then say this dot offset X equals X and Y. My mind is cognitively free. Boom! That is awesome. Or I guess, does that mean you're not thinking at all? That also sounds awesome and relaxing. I kind of envy that actually. I got feedback back from my editors on chapter 12, and they both liked it, which is extraordinarily rare. So I'm hoping the process for chapter 12 will be quicker than the process for chapter 11. I asked about how far in the process chapter 11 was, and my editor told me that they were very backed up in the rendering department. And I completely understand how that can happen right after Christmas and stuff. It's just, it feels like it's been forever, I'll be honest. Chapter 12 title is Avoid Optimization and Generalization currently, but my editor suggested that we specify that it's performance optimization. And I'm kind of on the fence about it because generally when we use the word optimization, without any specification, it means performance optimization. So I don't know if it's necessary to specify that. What am I have something copied. Set translate. Oh yeah, right. Forever equals 2 months confirmed. It's so long. It feels, I know it's not long in the grand scheme of things and stuff, but it's so long. Set trans set camera here with the G. I guess it doesn't actually matter if we do it before or after. Set camera, let's go to the character, into the character, go to the bottom here, set camera, with a G, that's on my graphics, and then say G dot set translate this X, and this Y. I mean, yeah, that is what I asked it to do. So we want it to draw. We want this to be the center of the screen. So let's do that in the camera class. It was last year. It was. Actually, he submitted it last decade even. Boom. I mean, there's probably some base in which I submitted it last century. What? Offset X will be, this point should be in the middle of the screen, so that means we need to subtract, no, to add this that bounds dot width divided by 2 and height divided by 2. Won't that do it? Will that do the opposite? It did worse at least. A lot worse. I mean, now she's in the bottom. Also not quite what I wanted. Are decades 0 and text? Opinions differ. The jury is still out on that, Jens. Yeah, so how did I do this wrong? If we have a point, let's go back to Paint. Always when you're stuck and stuff, just go and draw something. I would do this on my whiteboard if I were by myself. So we have this point here. We have this bound here. We want to translate this point into this point. So we know what target point we want. We want bounds divided by 2 and then this is the point we have. So we subtract this point from the bounds half. Minus y minus x. No. This is completely wrong. Is it the other way around? But just with lower values? Like a quarter? Why though would it be that? It is that. Why is it that? In the purple corner, in the red quarter, Wikipedia lists both 0 to 9 decades and 1 to 0 decades as possibilities. Whoa. Is this a dumb joke? We disagree on everything. No, we don't. Cool, but we have her following, or we have the camera following her now, and it looked like the background actually just works out of the box, which is amazing to me, except for the fact that all of the background is moving at the same speed. Well, we'll fix that. Oh, okay. When I said the background was working, forget that. Okay, so we need to fix we need to fix that. This is really, you're not joking. You were serious. Yeah, so we're not using the px, which is sort of wrong. Can we just set px equal to char dot? Oh, we don't have that information, obviously. Should we have that information actually? Maybe we should. What's the nicest way to get that information? Maybe just expose the X for now, and then we'll refactor it away somehow later. When you have one idea that works and no other ideas, just go with the one that works. Px equals char.getX. Ooh, not good. Not good at all. A is not defined. I don't know what... What? Right. Good, so they all line up. That's nice. And they all move at the speeds I want them to move. Although, whoa, such a long message from Wikipedia. And then they don't repeat correctly. And I remember that was a little bit tricky to get right, so I'm little discouraged that this doesn't just work. Image width, if the X here is in world space, so that's fine. X modulo the image width plus the image width modulo minus the image width, that's good. Image. IX. I have some saying one thing and some saying another thing. Does it ever repeat, I wonder? Oh, right. We have collision detection, so I can't test in that direction. I forgot we implemented collision detection, and we even did it today. Amazing, let's go. Hi Sun and Tuku, welcome back to the stream. No canonical answer. Aren't they the most correct then? Oh, it does almost kind of work. It just does it. Oh, that's very close, okay. Nice, real nice FPS. 19%. Don't know what the next decade started. The question was, when do you think next decade starts and begins? We're answering life's difficult questions here. Image width. Okay, good. So what was the problem? Why is this formula not working just because we're doing it without scale and not with scale? Because we are... Wait. Does it get worse? It does get worse. Is it somehow scaled down? See, now it's just a walking simulator. But if you don't know, because there's no canonical answer, not knowing is what you think. Image width. Do the X modulo the image width. Oh, and then draw them here. But that's not what we want to do. We just want to draw... Oh, we're drawing them... We're moduloing them, so that doesn't work, right? Because we're always going to draw them close to the center. But when we're far away from the center, that obviously is not what we want. We want to draw these on their actual coordinates. Which is the x minus ix. Or plus. It's one of those, I think. It's not this one. Yeah, that got worse. So it's, maybe it's plus. They're not moving at different speeds again, which is bad. So what are we're saying we have an x, which is the offset. So if we just ignore this for a beginning, and also these two, let's say we ignore all of this, we're just gonna slowly rediscover this. We draw these on x. Okay, they're still moving independently, good. They're still aligning here. But then when I go outside of the bounds, it should be blank over here. Well, yeah, here they start disappearing. So we need to draw two images. So we have a position. We have an image here, then we have a position like here, and we want to redraw the same image here. Or possibly over here. That might also be the case. And we might also be far away. So really, we need to figure out the point in the center and then draw the one before and the one after. That's what we need to do. So we can figure out the center by figuring out which of these we are closer to here, which we can do by dividing by the image width. So we can take the x position, divide by the image width, here, let mid equals, and then doing the rounding, and then multiplying back the image width. So then we found these positions here, and so that means we can just say draw this on the mid and draw the one that's minus the image width. They're all moving together, which is not great. But they do seem to be continuous at least. I know this piece of chocolate adds too many calories, but I believe I will eat it anyway. We all know you will eat it. No, 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 why is it doing the wrong thing? Oh, and then it also disappears some things. So I'm taking the x. So when x is 0, here x starts going negative, which is fine. X divided by image width will still be the correct number, won't it? Image width, we have the midpoint here. Now I know too. Spoilers much, Transpiler. Don't just tell something about someone's future without warning them. So it did it right on the... It doesn't move at different speeds, which is super weird. Yeah, okay. So the IX is actually the position divided by something. And it still goes out over here. So that's not quite what I would want. They're already being moved by the PX automatically. Not firmly in the past. So I'm finding these coordinates, but because I'm drawing everything on those, nothing moves relative to all the other things, because they all snap to 0. But are they all the same size? This one is 320, 320, 320, yeah, okay. They are all, no, that's the height. 570, okay, they are all the same size. Okay, so what we need to figure out, we have some position. We need them to be progressively moved. First of all, I want them just to repeat. Why don't they repeat? We have found this one. Is that incorrect? The X is in world space. Image width could be in world space, that's fine. Round it and then multiply it. That should give us something positive. Oh, but it's the negative one. So when I move in the positive direction, it negates me. So it should be minus X. We need to fix this formula. But right now I just would like it to repeat properly. It's not doing that at all. Okay, so it is repeating properly on the other side. How many times will it repeat? One, just one. And if I move out, some of the stuff disappears again, which is really weird. So let's, instead of passing that, just pass the index that we're currently at. The width is fine. The index defines what sort of speed we're going at here. So really we should divide the image width by the degree here. And we don't know the position, but we can get it. P equals char.getX. So that's our position, P. Okay, yeah. Not at all what I meant, but I see where you went wrong. Here. It's like an interesting sort of a changing background. It's a very dynamic world. Okay, so we want to get the offset based on where the player is. So that would be the negative position of the player divided by how far we're out. So this gives us what? This gives us some offset that we need to add onto the thing. So this is actually the X. But we need it to be what do we need it to be? The X grows twice as quickly for these other ones because the X needs to be included down here. It's because the translate is really messing this up. So maybe the right thing to do is to go back to this and just say ctx.set translate 0, 0. Then obviously we need to set the camera after drawing the we need to set the camera now multiple times. Here it needs to be unset, then set, then unset, then set again. Okay. It's still not quite working the way I would like it to, it seems. Oh, it sets 0, 0 in focus. And I would actually want it to be half of the height of these. Also, why are they moving so slowly? So the translate here, I would actually rather have, you know, like 100, what was the height? 5 here, the height is 320, so 150 or so would be the center. They're not drawing correctly behind us, which is bad. Is it also not zoomed now? No, it is zoomed. I feel like it's going a lot slower than it was before. Or am I wrong on that account? Maybe it's actually going the same speed. But it's definitely not drawing the one behind it, which I feel like it should be. Why might that be? Draw FPS widget. What do you mean FPS? What do you mean widget, for that matter? feels like it's moving a lot slower than it used to be. Am I crazy? How long do I have to walk now for it to repeat? Probably like a really long. Oh, it didn't repeat. It does repeat when I get over the edge though. Draw the FPS on the screen. The FPS is 30. Foreground is moving slower than the platform for some reason. Did I miss you talking about that? So currently the foreground is not the foreground, it's still the background. Everything is in the background right now, so everything should be moving at half the speed, or the most front layer should be moving at half the speed of the platform. And maybe that is the case because these align so that in this, yeah, maybe this is actually okay. It just feels, now I've moved 2 and it's moved 1, yeah, so the speed is accurate. So it's only the fact that it's not drawing, it's not repeating the right one. It's supposed to be 30. What if something is slow? Boom, good point. If sleep is less than, let's say 5, then console log stayed up all night. Don't we all? Yeah, so it is 30. This one is weird. What would be the issue for that? Width minus width, modulo minus width. So IX is possibly too high. X is 0 right now. 0 modulo width is 0 plus width is the width. Modulo width is 0 minus width is minus width. Why then is it not drawing at the minus width? Minus, 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 minus. Here, the IX is minus 0, minus 1. When I go out here, it seems it's getting bigger. Okay. Fair enough. I guess. Yeah, probably fine. Why though is it, I'm a little perplexed at why this, so the X is some negative number. No, some 0 number, right? It's almost 0. It's almost 0. So it says this modulo the width, which should be the number itself, plus the width, modulo the width. So this is slightly less than the width. So modulo doesn't do anything. Oh. So how do we fix that? what would that mean if I go out here to a very positive one? Then this will be, it's increasing also in this direction. Minus something. I need to remove this barrier thing. Let me just put it up one. I'll remember that it's there. I just need to be able to walk a little farther on this side here. Going for a walk. So, did anyone code anything awesome today? Ray tracing, collision detection, animation systems. Oh, yeah. So it's just off by and the image width, it seems, and that's it. So hopefully that's pretty easy to fix. We just add another image width here, and then yeah. Let's not console log. All those numbers will drive me wait. That's bad too. No code. Dabbling with some neural net code. Interesting. Nothing exciting yet. Neural nets sound exciting in itself. So we are off by something because I expect the inner thing to be positive as well. Was that the case? Nope. Currently I want it to be minus the width. So I want this here. Wait. How is it with parentheses? Do they matter or no? I always forget with parentheses. It's been decades since I did and want to reacquaint myself with the behind the scenes stuff before using high performance libraries. So it's badly written closure code at the moment. Did you do neural networks decades ago? That seems very, very long time ago. Oh, Marindry, thanks for the follow. I didn't get a pop-up for it. Sorry. So why is the IX off? We have some number, slightly negative here. Because it's the negative of our position divided by a bunch of stuff. So if it's slightly negative, then we need, or if we're here, then it is slightly negative. So we'll need to go to 0, late 80s, early 90s, whoa. Bit fussy details, yeah, I understand. I don't remember anything I did in the 80s, apart from being born, but I don't particularly remember it. What's this, what's wrong? It's Here it's slightly negative. So we should subtract, we should draw one at very negative and very negative plus image width. How do we get to very negative? By doing our position modulo the image width, we'll still get our position. Oh, I remember doing this calculation once. And I said we have the position here of ourselves. So doing the modulo will get us nowhere currently. Then adding will get us, adding during the modulo again will take us from here into here. And then subtracting will take us back. So adding takes us, and that makes sense because this is the point we're trying to go for. So the formula is sound. The formula I think is good. Not this part necessarily, but the original formula. It's not finding plus image width. Image x plus image width. If image x is that minus two things. Let me just have only one background right now. And then let's what if we subtract the image width inside here? No, that obviously didn't do it either. It also didn't change anything because we're immediately moduloing it away. YOLO! You only YOLO once. Modulo it away, so now we're in the range. Add one. It's because it's slightly negative and not slightly positive. But now it goes... That didn't actually change anything. Oh. Yeah, but now it goes the wrong direction, right? This is weird. Right? Yeah, this is not how cameras work. Does that count as a, oh, and it doesn't even, does that count as a hobby project? What does? I've been training a neural network for 3 months. Moving objects tracking is already done and making good progress on object recognition. Wow, cool. Does that count as a hobby project? I don't know. Are you doing it in your spare time or for work? Sounds really cool. Whoosh. Oh my god, I just got the joke. So it's definitely going to be negative. Whoops. So when I'm standing on 0, 0, we want it to be hugely negative. When I'm slightly plus, this will be slightly negative, which means we need to it'll be slightly negative. Which means what? What does that mean? Yeah, so now it's going the wrong way again, and it also disappears on 0, so that's a lot worse. Feels like full time. I've been training a neural network for about 3 months. Moving object tracking is already done and making good progress on object recognition. I get it now. Oh my god. Oh my god, transpiler. See, that's how much brain power I have while I'm streaming. Even as Jens pointed out that it was a joke, I still didn't get it. It's in your blood, just like what? Midi-chloridian. I don't know what that is. Might make you a Jedi. I didn't get the joke. It's because Transpiler recently fathered a child. And I totally didn't realize anything. Okay, X. If I'm slightly on negative, I want to find minus 500 something. So I'm minus 16 here. We need to first find either this or this point. Finding that point is well, I still think doing the modulo should take me into this range, which it does, but then taking me into this range is the fact that it's slightly negative, or slightly, yeah, I feel like, what if I add this twice? Didn't fix it. And then subtract it twice? I mean, that fixes it in one direction. Does it fix it in the other? Just like an A and N. You couldn't tell it to explain why it came up with its result. Right. How long will I have to walk before it repeats? I would have to, it moves at half my speed, so I need to move, it doesn't repeat. But it does right when I cross the border. So that feels like if I just, it feels like I'm just not, I'm calculating it, I'm moduloing it somehow incorrectly. There's one modulo too much somewhere in this. Is it the innermost one? Who knows? Nope. Not the innermost one. This is so weird. maybe 1,000 miles, 10,000 miles. I would only walk 500. I would only walk 500, that's it. Last offer. Kiblowski, are you still here? Actually, I'm guessing it's late for you. Image width. Oh my god, why can't I figure this out? Console log x. So what's our x? Our x is -72. It goes a little bit lower and then it gets positive, right? Yes. So when it's positive here, then we do, let me just get the modulos back. So when it's positive, whoops, we'll just print that one as well, ix. When it's a little bit negative, it stays the same, which is bad. As we move over here, reach 0, then it pops to the value we wanted. What if I walk further? If I walk very far, it should swap it back, but I'm guessing it won't. Yeah, it didn't. Because actually I want to do this simulated with a point that's not my position. Right? I want it to be simulated with half of the image width added. So there is some buffer so that it loads before I get there. No, I can still get there. It's so weird. Only when I cross the border does it update. How can we remedy this? We can. What can we do? Right now it's 72. And so we want it to be -500. So on 72, this is -500, so it's +500 is around 0. That means this has to be almost it. Modulo image width takes us to this one. That was the idea. Does mod with a negative number do what you expect? It takes me into this realm here. And then by adding image width, we take the point into this range. Doing the modulo again, it's sure to be in here. And then subtracting 500 and something from it should take it down there. Is that just what I don't want? Is this it? Yeah, see now it's a lot worse. And it's worse in a way that makes it seem like it's just subtracting it twice. But now this one is going to disappear, right? Yeah. So it's... Modulo takes me in this range. I'm slightly negative, so really I'm here. Adding that takes me over there. Subtracting takes me over there. But I actually want it to go there. So I know that my point is in this range here. So what do I do then? I say minus the image width. No. I say, what do I say? Are you sure the first mod takes you there? When x is negative, so I have, this is 0 is here, right? So no matter whether I'm positive or negative, it takes me within one image width of the thing. So then when I add it, it takes me, and modulo again, it takes me into the positive quadrant, and then when I subtract, it takes me into the negative. So if I'm already in the negative, it doesn't do anything. If I'm in the positive, then it takes me into the negative. So I guess I would expect it to work in the positive case, probably. Do you need a ternary thing based on the being left or right? No, I shouldn't need that. We actually figured this out already, which is why it's super frustrating that it doesn't just work. Because all of this is worked out. It's just it's something with the way translation works, I'm guessing. The translation is neutralized though, so that doesn't make any sense. So if the player's thing is negative 16, we want it to go to negative 500. We want that because we want it to just find that negative here. If I'm in negative 16, it's because it's not actually a point, it's a screen that is here. But I still want it to go over there. So if I'm slightly negative, oh, why is this so tough to figure out? I have a screen. X is here. X is anywhere in here. If it's over here, then, oh, what mode am I in here? If it's over here, then modulo will still take me within 0 and 1. if I'm over there, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. But right now is the mode where it flips it off when I go to the negative. Yeah, so that's the error with the current one. Because when it becomes positive, we flip it way too far away. Really, this takes it in here. Plus that. So one of them is minus and the other one is just on the point. Does it still pop it off now? It still does. Okay, we can draw two images. We want the midpoint to be in the screen. So that means the midpoint should be here. So for a negative number, the midpoint will be slightly positive. For a positive number, the midpoint will be negative. No, yeah. Now over here, yeah, so we need to figure out where it is compared to the middle of an image, whether it's positive or negative. So what if we do half images? Then still no. What if we just draw one of them right now? That one is there. Here it should be +1. So over here it should still be the -1 that is being drawn. If we're a little bit negative, we have a point, we can take it into this range, then into this range. But we don't want to do that. Yeah, now it moves wrong. We can't just negate it. That would be so nice though. But it just obviously is super wrong. When I cross 0, it does the right thing. Now it should be the super -1. And so -2 of this one. That's the right one. When I go over here, it swaps out. Because really what it's checking is just whether I've crossed this line. If I'm negative, draw them over here. If I'm positive, draw them the other way. So will this one just draw the one that's right under me all the time? If this one updates correctly when we get far out, then I mean, we can fix it with a hack. And as I said earlier, if you have one solution that works, use it. No need to look for another one. It's just, there is a formula. Maybe we can extract the formula some other day when it's not so late and we're more clear-headed. Yeah. Okay, so then if ix is less than 0, then draw one at minus image width, otherwise draw one at plus image width. No! What? Did I swap them? Yeah, they didn't work at all. Maybe I did swap them. Minus and plus. Oh. Yeah, you're right, Transpiler. That is exactly how I'm feeling. That is very accurate. If I can always draw the one right below me. You already subtracted image width from ix. Yeah. Am I not allowed to do it twice? No. I can do anything. I'm an adult. Oh, that would have been perfect if I was wearing that shirt. I mean, it seems to be working now. We're drawing it 3 times, which is exactly what I didn't want to do because it's super inefficient. But it's the scaled one. What we can say is just if let tx here. We can also take ty here. Let ty equals this one. If tx is greater than this dot bounds, then there's no point in drawing it. Dot width. So if tx is outside of the image, then we don't bother drawing it. The same if ty, ty is greater than the height. And the same if tx plus the width of the picture let tw and th tw th plus tw is less than 0 or ty th is less than 0. Shader magic. What are we looking at here? I was told there wouldn't be math. There's math in everything, I'm sorry, man. But actually, interestingly though, a lot of people have been asking me recently about like programming and stuff and how to get into it. And some people bring up the fact that sometimes people who want to get into programming are like, well, I'm good at math, so I should be good at programming, right? And I'm like, programmers suck at math. I mean, myself included. Math is so hard. And it turns out actually that in general, programming has more skill similarities or transfer of skills from language studies. People who are good at programming are usually good at languages because it is communication, right? It's about it's about finding unambiguous ways to specify something, which is also something you use a lot in rhetorics and in formulating sentences and stuff. What does good at language mean? It means you can express yourselves clearly with natural language and formal languages. Programming is logic. I don't disagree that the formal foundation is math, and if you're doing any type of research or algorithms or specific something like that, I'm just saying that's not what most programmers do most of the time. They do stuff that's more similar to how you would like communicate information between colleagues than it is about the underlying foundation of math. So the skill transfer is bigger between languages, which is cool. Because you can ref the same mem from the same tile. Super inefficient. Well, right now it should just be drawing 2 anyway, so it's not that inefficient at all. It's just, it feels inefficient, you know? But it looks nice. It looks as if it's working. Let's enable all of the backgrounds again, and hopefully everything will just be going smoothly. Smoothly, as I said. It looks nice. I think it's all good now. Finally, I might add. Yeah. The stream time is also gone, though. So, how about that coding game? Oh. Do you want one coding game or one game of chess? I figured when we're doing coding game then I guess, yeah, we should do coding game today. So we're always doing coding game. You want a rematch? That wasn't particularly what I meant. Yeah, everything seems good. I think it's tiling correctly. I think everything is. Level 1-1 is actually pretty bare for a long stretch of time, isn't it? Like, where am I walking? Is it just this stretch still? Oh my god, that took forever. We need to implement running next time. Definitely. Let's open the chest and see if we get anything. Nah, nothing this time. Maybe next time.